Hate is a strong word. I know that. But Disney absolutely hates black people. Now, what the heck am I talking about today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, as many of you know, black people in Disney, most of the time, unless they're Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Will Smith, black people do not get the representation that they deserve inside of Disney. Now, the only true black princess that has ever been created is Princess Tiana. Other than that, they take white characters and turn them black. It's truly appalling and sad because it shows that, Disney, they're very hypocritical. In their eyes, they are creating an inclusive environment where black people can be whatever they want to be. They can be Ariel, they can be anything. The problem is, most black little girls could care less what skin tone you are. A lot of black women love Ariel, regardless of her skin color. And it gets hypocritical because it shows that black characters or black actors, they can't make their own characters. Well, Disney can't make characters for black people because they are afraid that it will not resonate with people. So they just rip off white characters and make them black. So let me explain that one more time. Let me make myself perfectly clear. Disney does not create a lot of black princesses because they are afraid that it will not resonate with people. And they would rather create black characters that used to be white. It's very hypocritical because it's stupid. It shows that, in my personal opinion, it shows that Disney, they could care less about black representation, like true black representation. Instead, they just blackwash these characters. You know how they say whitewash sometimes? They're blackwashing these characters. It's hypocritical. It's stupid because, the black population deserves better than this. If I was a black person right now, I would be so upset because of this. Making white characters black just to, I don't know, prove a political message. It's like if I was white and I was watching a movie with black actors and they kept changing their faces because they weren't white enough. It's the same thing. How does that sound? So let's say I saw Scary Movie. Scary Movie is directed by the Wayans brothers. They are black. They are really, really great. Can you imagine if they turned them white? Which is funny because they made a movie where they played two white women. But I'm getting off track. What a coincidence. But yeah, can you imagine if they actually changed Shorty from Scary Movie and made him white because he was too black and there's not enough white representation? That would make me feel very bad about myself. That would make me feel like, there's not enough roles for me. It's the same that's going on right now, what Disney is doing. So Disney, they think they're inclusive for the black audience, but instead they're hand-feeding the black audience because they don't see a lot in the black audience. They believe that, if we create new black characters, it won't pick up. It won't resonate with a lot of people unless you're like Dwayne Johnson or, Will Smith, blah, 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 like I said before. But it's sad because Disney is not letting black people have true black inclusion. Do you know how many black stories there are? Do you know how many awesome black characters there could be? But instead, Disney just takes white characters and turns them black. It started with Pinocchio. The blue fairy was a white woman in the cartoon, and now she's black for no reason. It's just, look, a black girl can be she could be a black fairy, and it's just stupid because, like I said before, it's not creating inclusion, it's just making it worse. It teaches black people that they can't have their own characters. It sucks because there are some great black characters. Lando Calrissian in Star Wars is one of my favorite characters, and he's black. That's how you do a black character. He had so much swag and charisma, and he was flamboyant and a very iconic character. And that is how you do a black character right. You don't just take a white character and make them black. It's stupid because, like I said, from Disney's standpoint, it's dumb. From a business standpoint, the reason why they're doing this is because they know that if they create new black characters, they know it will not resonate, or they are afraid it will not resonate. But it probably will resonate if they get their heads out of their asses and actually create good black characters, then it will resonate. I mean, I could care less what skin color you are. I just want a good, decent character, you know? Just create a good, strong plot, and we could care less. You know, Samuel L. Jackson is a great black actor. I never think about him being black. I think about him because of his personality, because of the movies he does. Um, I love the guy. I love Morgan Freeman. I look past the color, you know? I look into their heart and their character. And right now, what Disney is doing to these poor black people is shameful. It is honestly shameful. And they're still doing it at the parks as well. They are taking away Splash Mountain and shoving black folklore into the ride, which doesn't really sound right because they claim Splash Mountain is this racist ride. They claim it hates black people, and then they put black people in the ride. Kind of hypocritical, not hypocritical, but weird. It's really strange. And it gets even weirder because, guys, Splash Mountain, believe it or not, is African American folklore. But I'm not getting into it. We already know what it is. But it's African American folklore. Speaking as somebody that knows a lot of black people, that wants to properly represent black people, I am honestly embarrassed at Disney, and I'm baffled. And I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. You're such a racist, Alex. You're such a racist because you hate black people. Please. If I hated black people, why would I date a black woman? My first relationship was a black girl at 14. I was 14. If I hated black people, why would I make this video? I want proper representation. I don't want Hollywood's woke nonsense representation. I hate watching movies. I hate watching TV shows where there's a black person in it just to prove a political point that, oh, black people can be as good as white people. Look, there are black persons over there, and he's having this diverse relationship. Like, we get it. We get it. It's 2022. Black people are just as great as white people. We get it. Enough. Let's go back to the ideas where everyone is created as equal, where all the characters are great, you know? I'm sick and tired of all of this violence in politics right now. Especially on the woke side, because like I said, most black characters today in movies are not characters. They are there to make a political stand. It's very unfortunate, but it's true. You know, gone are the days where you have great black characters. And it's sad. And it's honestly horrible. If I was white and they kept putting me in there, people like me in there because, oh, we hate black people, you know, I would feel terrible. I would feel terrible. You know, if they thought, you know, there's not enough white representation, I would feel terrible because it feels like they're like treating me like an animal. Like I'm not good enough. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. And I don't want that for the black population either. You know, they deserve the most respect. They deserve the most passion in Disney. And right now, we're not getting that. What we get is woke insanity. And it needs to stop because them removing Splash Mountain is one of the most idiotic things I have ever heard. Them changing Ariel's skin color is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Because, like I said in this whole video, they are only changing her skin color because in their little dumb minds, they truly believe that there are black people out there that are sad that Ariel was white. That's what they believe. That is insane, ladies and gentlemen. So, I guess if I like a princess, for example, if I like Cinderella, if I like Snow White, Hey, but I'm white. I'm not a woman. So does that mean Cinderella should turn into a man and should look like me? How does that make any sense? If we're all the same, if black people are just like white people, then why does a black person have to have a black princess that was once white? Every black person normally doesn't care what color the princess is because they relate to them. They relate to their stories. Hold on, guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this was a long video. But it's ridiculous. Disney hates black people. Love you guys, and goodbye.